Alright, I'm going to just go over a lot of the bigger moves that happened yesterday in free agency. And then I think I'm probably going to go off on the Steelers because, like most of the fan base, I'm not super thrilled today. I'm recording this the morning of the 11th. So the first day of free agency tampering has already happened. I'm just going to go over some of the bigger things that happened, and we'll go from there. Starting with the quarterback, Sam Darnold signed with the Seahawks, 3 years, $100 million. You know what? Good for Sam Darnold. I didn't want the Steelers to pick him up, but I'm rooting for Sam Darnold. I think Seattle is a good place for him to go, and we'll see how that turns out. Justin Fields signs with the New York Jets, 2 years, $40 million. We'll get more into that later. Anyways, moving on to the running backs. I think this is older news, but Aaron Jones re-signed with the Vikings. Good for them. Najee Harris signing with the Chargers, 1 year, $9.25 million. You know what? Good for Najee. I'm glad he got a paycheck somewhere. Perfect landing spot for him. He'll get a lot of use over there. I'm rooting for you, Najee. Chris Godwin re-signs with the Buccaneers. 3 years, $66 million. Good. I wanted Godwin to stay there. Davante Adams signed with the Rams. I don't think I talked about that, but you know what? Good for the Rams. They needed someone else there if they're losing Kupp. And Davante Adams still has plenty in the tank. Marquise Brown re-signed with the Chiefs. Darius Slayton re-signed with the Giants. Very underrated receiver he is. Joshua Palmer went to the Bills. They needed another guy there because it doesn't seem like they're keen on bringing back Amari Cooper. I think he's a free agent right now, actually. I think he's still unsigned. De'Ami Brown signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a young guy. I think he's only, 24, something like that. So, and I mean, I think it works out. His regular season stats weren't the best, but his playoff stats were about as good as his entire regular season. So he's a guy that you can trust in the playoffs, and I think that definitely goes a long way. I don't think anything new happened at the tight ends. I think maybe the Bungles brought back Mike Gesicki yesterday. I don't even remember. Oh boy. Let's talk about Steeler fans' best friend, Dan Moore Jr. for a second. Titans. Did you watch any of this guy's tape? There's a reason the Steelers drafted back-to-back tackles in the first round. And it's Dan Moore Jr. So explain to me why you give him 4 years, $82 million, with $50 million guaranteed. That's certainly a decision. I'll give you that. Have fun with him, Tennessee. I can already tell you're going to be yelling at him in the fall. Have fun with him. Morgan Moses signs with the Patriots. That's a good move. Patriots needed help basically everywhere on offense. And why not start with your line, protect your Golden Goose and Drake May. Morgan Moses he's a bit on the older side. I think he's going on 33, something like that. I might be wrong. But I know he's a bit older. Drew Dahlman signed with the Bears. I think that's another good signing for the Bears. Just because the Bears really needed help along the offensive line, and they're getting it. I mean, they've gone very line-heavy this offseason, which I think is the right move. Ryan Kelly signed with the Minnesota Vikings late last night. 2 years, $18 million. Yeah, it makes sense for the Vikings. Garrett Bradbury never really worked out there. and so they needed another center. James Daniel signs with the Dolphins. He's not a bad lineman. Take it from a Steelers fan. He's not a bad lineman at all. It's just that he's coming off of a major injury, and so and he's going on 30, so you never really know what that. But I mean, overall, he's not a bad lineman, so I'll give him credit there. Anyways, Khalil Mack re-signed with the Chargers for 1 more year. Josh Sweat signed with the Cardinals. Now that's a big one. Cardinals really needed help on the defensive line, so good for them for going out and getting someone like Josh Sweat. I think that'll help them a lot. Hassan Reddick went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 year, $14 million. Again, I really like this signing for the Bucs. I think it makes sense. Dayo Odeyingbo. I probably butchered that, but he signed with the Bears, 3 years, $48 million. Good deal. Good deal for the Bears. They have lots of cap space, so they need to use it because they're trying to make the playoffs next year. Looking for any other interesting ones. Chase Young re-signed with the Saints. Whoop-de-doo. Derek Barnett re-signed with the Texans. Whoop-de-doo. Joseph Osai re-signed with the Bungles. Whoop-de-doo. Milton Williams signed with the New England Patriots. It was originally reported that he was going to one of 3 teams, either the Panthers, the Cardinals, or the Vikings. But he signed with the Patriots, 4 years, $104 million. Good deal for the Patriots, in all honesty. Good deal for the Patriots. Grady Jarrett released yesterday. He signed with the Bears. Falcons clear up, I think, what was it? $12 million in cap space? Maybe not that high. But they cleared up a lot of cap by cutting him. So if I had to take a guess, I'd say Atlanta's probably going to go edge in the first round. But I thought that last year, and look what they did then. But yeah, Grady Jarrett signs with the Bears. Makes sense. Veteran presence in that locker room. Never a bad thing to have. Anything else of note that I'm seeing here? Poona Ford signed with the Rams. That's cool. Jaron Reed re-signed with the Seahawks. That's cool. Javon Kinlaw signed with the Commanders. 3 years, $45 million. Okay. I'm looking at a lot of these things for the first time because Twitter was down pretty much all day yesterday. I'm never calling it X. It's never going to be X. Dre Greenlaw signed with the Broncos. 3 years, $35 million. You just hope he can stay healthy. I thought I saw Landon Roberts was going to sign with the Vegas Raiders. I may have seen that wrong, but I think I saw that late last night. As for the cornerbacks, DJ Reed signed with the Lions. You know what? Good for the Lions. They can always use secondary help. I think any team will tell you that. They will always take more secondary. Charvarius Ward signed with the Colts, 3 years, $60 million. Good. Byron Murphy re-signed with Minnesota. Also, very good. Minnesota really needed to bring him back. They brought him back. Good for them. I saw Darius Slay sign with the Steelers, but I don't believe it's official because I don't think the Eagles are cutting him until the start of the new year, which is tomorrow. I think after that, maybe he'll be signed, but I don't know. Paulson Adebo signed with the Giants. I don't know if you can hear my cat, but he is absolutely losing his mind. Harry, not right now. Oh, boy. Anyways, where was I? Paulson Adebo signed with the Giants, 3 years, $54 million. Nate Hobbs had a good rookie season, signed with the Packers, 4 years, $48 million. Javon Holland, I believe, is still unsigned yet. Talanoa Hufanga signed with the Broncos. Good deal for the Broncos. beefing up that secondary is never a bad option, especially when you have a guy like Patrick Surtain back there. Jeremy Chin signed with the Raiders. 2 years, $16 million. And I think that's really all the ones I wanted to talk about. Now, I need to talk about the Steelers. Because, like most of the fan base, I'm not happy today. Let me get this straight, Steelers. You go out, you trade for DK Metcalf. You sign him to a $150 million contract. That's so much money. Just for you to not have a quarterback? And look, I think most of the fan base was willing to give Fields another chance. He started off the season 4-2. You bench him because you wanted more in a quarterback position. And I'd say overall, you got it. I'd say overall you got better out of the quarterback position, at least, especially early on. But I think we saw the peak with Russell Wilson. And I think we saw the worst of Russell Wilson. And what was Justin Fields doing in that time? He was learning. He wasn't saying a thing. Wasn't saying, oh man, this sucks. I hate sitting on the bench. He was just sitting there learning. Learning your system. He was learning from a veteran. And then you don't even re-sign him. Now, I'm not saying it's entirely your fault. I can't say for sure whether you wanted him to come back or not. I can't say whether or not you gave him a fair deal to sign. I can't say any of that for sure. But what I can say is that you guys are interested in Aaron Rodgers. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. I'll be honest with you. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't want Aaron Rodgers. There are a few reasons. One, he's old. He's not the quarterback he used to be. Now, his mind is still the same. His mind is still sharp. I like to think, anyways. With some of the things he said and some of his conspiracy theories, you never know. But, he's not the same Aaron Rodgers he was 5 years ago. But, and he's not even going to be, he's not even going to be in the quarterback room. He's literally going to be on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday. And you calm down. He's going to be on the Pat McAfee show every Tuesday talking about this, that, and the other. And I want my quarterback in the quarterback room, watching film, learning, teaching the young players. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. But whatever. What are you going to do about it? Anyways, don't die. We'll see how the rest of free agency goes. But